A trip back to how it all started. I'm the coach. This is the NFL 100 Game of the Week on EA Sports. Tonight, the memory of the late Bart Starr will radiate through tonight's proceedings. It's a rematch of the very first Super Bowl ever played between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Wisconsin. Standing by, our Sunday night team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes now in his third season in the league, leading the Chiefs onto the field. And, boy, when the Chiefs traded starting quarterback Alex Smith before 2018, a lot of people were wondering how good Patrick Mahomes touchdowns in a season with 50 of them. And he was handed the MVP and Offensive Player of the Year awards. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City offense.
When you look back to 2014, you wonder how running back in his career with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. They go play fake. Mahomes. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Packer offense led by number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And the Pack in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago. And now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, no guarantee certainly that they'll play. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this is caught. A spectacular. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
Durable and dependable, but also elite. Well, in 2018, named first-team All-Pro for the first time in his career.
He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer.
On 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be.
Rodgers now on first down. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. On second down now. It's Jones. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdes-Scantling. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you.
I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way. That's what all the guys are looking for.
And going deep. It's caught inside the 25. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action.
Play. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That goes for a Chiefs first down.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively.
On 2nd and 1, Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It's Williams passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. From Heinz Field, kickoff at 8:15 Eastern Time. And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now a first down carry, it's Williams.
Tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking deep for Adams. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devante Adams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really playing. 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They're in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Mahomes now to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 4th down.
Of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Packers. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they miss-hit the ball and kick it right to him.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it, because they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City 1st down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. There he goes, left side. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. That is a dangerous combination right there as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous, because Hill can run past anyone, so he can throw it all the way downfield to him. But also on the shorter catches, as we saw here, catch it underneath, catch it not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. Touchdown, Packers! Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo.
Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. That's complete to Sterling. That is his first half. On 1st down, Mahomes gets this one to Hill. Pass completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's Hill, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. He's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So they got a chance to really show.
Well, they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Alex Smith, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. 21-7, the final score. And finally, on Monday Night Football, 2 of the super teams of the 1970s back at it. Dolphins and Steelers from Heinz Field to wrap up Week 8. In our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire half prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
To me, the defense was looking a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. Kelsey imposing his... On first down, it's Williams.
All over the park, and you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. 10 at the 44-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. Now Mahomes. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. 20. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way. Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage.
Last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground this time. It's throwing now is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
An interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make some.
Now the ball comes loose. And the Packers pick it up. And they are going to... Now Rodgers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And that didn't fool anybody.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
He's to the 10, and all the way down to the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams.
Come on, baby.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Dexter Williams with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has.
Points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 22 and a move on 1st down. Mahomes going to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. Play. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that's complete. It's Ellington. Now Ellington lost the football. It's out. Like when you realize the ball is loose.
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've taught, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you, too.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, game, get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Green Bay, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.